Guys, welcome back to the Paxton Creek Garden. Another exciting year season for 2022 gardening. And last year we didn't make any videos, not a lot. And this year we're gonna try to make some videos. So stay tuned and enjoy. So let's start with the first garden tour so far. A lot of things are going in the garden, and let's do the tour. All right. So beautiful greenery. It's been raining, great spring, and I planted some marigolds here, and there are 4 plants of cherry tomatoes here, sweet cherry 100 hybrid variety, which I'll be trellising up my deck. I have diva cucumber plants here, 3 of them, doing great so far. No sign of the cucumber beetle. Last year I had a lot of cucumber beetle and they ended up destroying the whole cucumber crop, and I didn't get to taste a single cucumber. So I'm hoping this year it won't be a major issue. And you can see I mulched it with some grass clippings, pretty much, that I got from my neighbor. And I do have drip setup. You can see the blue heads that are here and red heads. Pretty much it looks like this, and it automatically waters it every day for a minute or two, and the plants are staying healthy. So far I've fertilized them once with the organic fertilizer and once with the Miracle Grow. And here are some chili plants. I have a row of them. Out of this 6 plants in the 6 grow bag. These are about 7-gallon grow bag, and this 6, you can see them here, are the hot chili variety that are really spicy, and they grow small, about a couple inches long, and very thin and long, hot pepper variety. And then I have 3 plants here that you can see are Jimmy Nordello's long and sweet pepper. And then I have another 3 plants that are long, hot cayenne pepper. They are supposed to be real long and hot. And as you can see, this sweet pepper and stuff are already flowering. They have a lot of buds opening, and so in coming days, all of this will need to be pollinated. I have started to see some bees, but not enough yet, so I will probably have to hand pollinate them. And you can see this long hot variety that we got, growing extremely beautifully, and it's bushier and everything. So far I've got on this one pepper here, and it's the first one, and as you can see, it already has this brown marks and stretch marks, so I'm thinking that it's fully grown. I think since it's the first one, that's why it's not grown longer. Hopefully the future ones grow a little longer, or a lot more longer, 4 or 5 times longer. So that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. I'm gonna harvest this one, so that way plant can focus its energy on growing and not waste it on this paper. So that's supposed to be real long and thick hot pepper plant. So we'll see. And here in another container I got 2 bell pepper. This is about 15-gallon container, and I got 2 bell pepper plants and 3 of this diva cucumber variety plants, which I'm gonna trellis it up my deck again. And these are also flowering. Bell pepper plants are also flowering, setting some fruits. Some of the flowers are dropping, but it has buds on it, and hopefully in coming days it'll be fun to harvest these peppers. And I also have about 4 more bell pepper plants in this raised bed. This bed is only about 6 inches raised, I believe, or even less, and it has already started setting fruits. These are a couple of my first bell peppers. that one also has one, but it is supposed to have bell pepper at every node, up here and up here too, but we had a couple of hot days and the flower bloomed during those days, so they didn't set. But I'm hoping these other buds will set, because now the temperature are back in range, staying 75, 85 in the day, and nights are like 60 or less. So hopefully we'll see a lot of fruit setting. As you can see, there are a lot of buds on this bell pepper plant, and they're healthy as well. And I got 4 more chili pepper plants here, and they're growing well. In this part of the garden I don't get as much sunlight, so you can see the difference between the plants. They are smaller compared to the one I showed you in the growing pot. And here I have a variety of Tinda plant, what they call it, Punjabi Tinda something, and we'll see how it does. First time I'm planting it, and it's so far it's growing well. And then here I got Amaranth. We had fenugreek here all year, we call methi, and we harvested it. You can see a couple of plants that are still left, but then I planted seeds for Amaranth, and should be good harvest throughout the season, again and again, for Amaranth from here. And here we got one Hungarian pepper variety, and as you can see, it has already started to flower and already have fruit set, 2 of them. And then behind it we got that long sweet pepper variety, Jimmy Nardello sweet pepper variety. And so I got 2 plants in there of different pepper variety, and these are 15-gallon container. I have mulched it with the grass again. And here is a mint in a 15-gallon container. Our mint in the other bed died. It has some kind of fungus issues, and so I just completely ripped it apart and trying to grow mint in a container now, that way it's isolated. And here is a sage plant and a rosemary. These are about 2.5-gallon containers, I believe. And this is holy basil here. I got 2 plants, and there are a lot more baby plants growing here, and I'll be able to make new plants from it and be able to separate it. And here is this dwarf zinnia variety hanging basket that I'm keeping in here to attract some of the pollinators. And here is another diva cucumber plant that I planted in this 15-gallon container, doing well. And here is my 4-zone watering system. And here are 4 more, or I should say 5 more bell pepper plants. I forgot the name of variety, but it's some kind of commercial variety that I got the seeds for, and from some gardening website, I don't even remember now. So I think Raymer seeds or something, and they have a lot of different variety of seeds, and I think I got the packet from them, and they are doing well. I had a fenugreek around where you see the mulched. I had the fenugreek, and in the center I had these bell pepper plants, and now the fenugreek is harvested, so I mulch it with the grass clippings pretty much, and a lot of them are already producing 1 or 2, and they're flowering, as you can see. And I have to probably hand pollinate this. A lot of flowering going on here, 3 flowers, and a pepper here that's already there. And here is another one that has 1 bell pepper too. And here you can see, I had the cilantros, and I just harvested them yesterday. We got bulk of it. I just bought seeds from Dollar Tree store for $1. You get 4 packets, and it was a big bunch, so definitely worth it. And cilantro will grow in earlier cool months like this, June in Pennsylvania, and weather is beautiful. So I'm hoping for 1 more harvest. So I haven't, as you can see, I haven't mulched it yet. I'm gonna leave it open, water it well, and perhaps fertilize it once. That way the cilantro grows back. You can harvest about 2 to 3 times, depending on how the weather is and how it warms up. Cilantro doesn't like warm weather, so that's the reason you want to grow it around in May to June in Pennsylvania area where I am. And we got cucumber here. This is a different variety cucumber, not Diva, pickling cucumber. And last year all the plants died. Last year I was planting this variety of cucumber and we didn't get to see any cucumbers. So hopefully this year we'll see a lot of cucumbers out of this plant. I made a little structure here, so I'm gonna trellis all these cucumber vines and tomato vines up there. These are 4 tomato plants that I got. This year I'm not planting as many tomatoes. As you can see, I just had 4 cherry tomato plants and 4 of these Better Boy tomato plants, and that's about it. And I'm planning to do single stemming. Maybe I will do 2 stems per plant, and that will be about it. I'm not gonna let them grow wild because it brings a lot of pests and everything, and it almost create a little jungle, which I don't want. And then I have another 4 bell pepper. Now a couple of these are what you call big Bertha peppers. I don't know which one is which, I forgot. And a couple of them are other variety, so there are 2 different varieties in these 4 plants, but I'm not sure. Or actually even this one is, so about 5 plants we got them here. And as they grow I'll be able to identify, but right now I don't have any idea what variety they are. But one of them is for sure big Bertha variety. And volunteer tomato plants in here. Some of the spinach that we didn't harvest, it's flowering, so I'm just gonna go to seeding and we'll have seeds from it next year. You can see all that spinach growing back there, and it's just gonna basically have a lot of seeds and flowers, and next year we'll just be able to use these seeds, and hopefully don't have to buy seeds from the grocery store. And here we have this plant, and this plant is Serrano Pepper, and it's also putting out a lot of flower buds, as you can see. And that is supposed to be more spicier than jalapeno and stuff, other peppers, so hopefully they grow big. I have seen Serrano Pepper grow like a big tree, so we'll see how it does. And then here we got again Hungarian wax pepper. There is one growing already in here, and hopefully it'll be a good variety. And then I also have one of these long ones here, or a sweet one. Yeah, long ones it looks like from the growth. So I have 2 pepper plants in this little thing, and long hot pepper as well. And then volunteer amaranth plant growing in here. Some spinach plant left over from our earlier harvest, and one more long pepper plant, long hot pepper plant. And this is also long hot pepper plant, I believe. And volunteer tomato plants throughout, because this used to be a tomato bed, so there are a lot of volunteer tomato plants in this bed. And then I got some eggplants, as you can see, these are eggplants. And you can also see the banana peel. It's a good fertilizer, so I try to throw them in the bed here. And so I got about 8 of these eggplants in here. It's a big round variety. We love it. We've been planting that for almost 3 seasons now, and it's been good. So, and a lot of volunteer amaranth in this area, and a tomato plant as well. And then I got 2 Diva cucumber growing here, those little plants. And then these are also Diva cucumber variety. These were grown inside the house, under the grow light, like you've seen the other ones that are Diva cucumber were also grown in the home. And these are planted outside, and they are late, as you can see. So all in all, this is my little hobby area, garden area, and looks beautiful. And I'll show you the other side as well, so let's go to the other side. This is the view from the other side, and you can see a lot of the bed and other pots, and here are some other plants. So let me show you the other beds where the mint used to be and what I have done with it. So here is the other bed where our mint used to be, big mint garden, about 12 foot or so, from here to all the way to AC equipment. And this year we get rid of the mint. It's still growing underneath. You can find mint shoots, like you can see this little shoot coming up, but I've tried to get rid of it as much as possible. Mint is like a weed, you can't get rid of it. But I planted 2 zucchini plants, doing extremely well. And then I planted some cowpea beans, cow-eyed pea beans, or something they call cowpea beans, or we also call it choli beans. So I planted them throughout, and it's supposed to be a good harvest. And then I have planted some of these elephant ears or taro roots throughout here. You can see them. They're still getting bigger. They just been pulled out from a doormat, so they're still acclimatizing. But I planted about 18 plants, and throughout I have also planted these 2 zucchini plants. Here I got summer squash, you can see, doing well. I directly sowed these seeds, outside, so they are a little late, but doing well, and we'll be able to eat some summer squash for sure this season. And this is how it looks. It will be filled by the time we hit July. You'll see a big difference. And here is my blueberry plant, doing well, better than last year. And you see a lot of blueberry bunches growing on this plant. They're still young, and a lot of it is just birds get to them early, and we can't do much about it. So it's beautiful to look at, but I don't know how many I'll get into my hand. And the other reason for a little growth hindrance is the sunlight. We don't get as much sunlight in this area. Maybe about 4 hours after like 3 p.m. or something, or 4 p.m. up to 8 or 7 actually. So 3 to 4 hours. So that's why the taro roots do well in the shade. And then we got one beautiful the rose plant, mini rose plant, miniature rose plant, whatever you call it. And then another blueberry plant, good blueberries, but I don't know how much we'll be able to enjoy. So that's it, folks. That is the garden tour 2022, first tour of the year, and I hope to see you in more and more videos again and again this year. Alright, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe, and also hit the like button, and also press the bell icon. That way you get updates as we put out new videos this season. That's it. See you in the next video.